In the headlines, calm returns to Bauchi after violent clash over alleged blasphemy. Gunmen abduct Nasarawa Council chairman, driver, kill police orderly. DSS arrests 2 Boko Haram terrorists behind Sabongari attack in Kano. And on the foreign scene, Russia stops gas supplies to Finland amid NATO membership bid. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. The Bauchi State Commissioner of Police, Umar Mamman Sanda, has ordered a thorough investigation into the crisis that erupted in Warji local government area of Bauchi State, in the aftermath of an alleged blasphemous message posted on social media by one Roda Jato, a staff of the medical department of Warji local government. Some irate youth set 6 houses and 7 shops ablaze, while some people were injured as a result. The police have since deployed tactical teams, mobile police force and rapid response squad, whose joint efforts brought the situation under control. The statement by the command's public relations officer Ahmed Wakil says calm has returned to the area while visibility patrols are ongoing to keep the peace. The chairman of Kefi local government area of Nasarawa State, Muhammad Shehu, has been abducted. He was abducted on his way from Kefi to Lafia, the state capital, while his police orderly was shot dead. Daily Trust gathered that the kidnappers attacked him at Gudi Station in Akwanga local government area of the state. It was learned that the police sergeant attached to the chairman had engaged the kidnappers in a gun battle, but he was overpowered. The Commissioner of Police, Nasarawa State Command, Adeshina Shoyemi, who confirmed the incident, said policemen had taken over the location of the attack in order to rescue the victims and arrest the kidnappers. Meanwhile, the Department of State Services says it has arrested 2 Boko Haram suspects in connection with the Kano blast. The latest development supports eyewitness accounts that the explosion was a suicide bomb attack and not a gas explosion, as announced by the Kano State Police Commissioner. The Kano State Police Command spokesperson had announced that the earlier reported incident was a gas explosion, contrary to eyewitness accounts. This is also coming a few hours after Governor El Rufai of Kaduna State announced that Boko Haram and ISWAP had taken over 2 local government areas in Kaduna State. Meanwhile, the DSS said it seized 4 AK-47 rifles, 2 pistols, suicide vests, and several IED-making materials from the terrorists. A 17-year-old teenager, identified as Abdul Qadir, has drowned in an ill-fated swimming expedition in Kwara State. The incident, it was gathered, occurred at Ora village, Monasora, a Felodun local government area of the state, where he had gone to write the ongoing West Africa Senior School Certificate examination. According to a village source, Abdul Qadir begged one of the residents, Tosho, who was 10, and his friend to take him to the river to swim. It is gathered that his father, Abdul Salam, who resides in Idiakwe area of Ilorin, consented to his being buried by the riverside. The Kwara State Police Command is yet to confirm the incident. Meanwhile, the Kwara State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has arrested 2 human traffickers, Gift Rita and Joyce Samuel, who are alleged to specialize in trafficking teenage girls for commercial sex activities from Port Harcourt to Ilorin. The State Commandant of the NSCDC, Iskil Makinde, said the traffickers, under false claim, brought 4 teenagers between the ages of 14 and 17 into the state to work in a hotel as prostitutes. The report. Addressing journalists during the parade of the suspected human traffickers, the Kwara State Commandant of the NSCDC, Iskil Makinde, said the command gathered that the victims were brought to the state without the knowledge of their parents.
They were trafficked from Port Harcourt down to Kwara State. And they work. But unfortunately, all the underage girls, 117, the oldest among them is just 17, others are 15 and 14 respectively.
And the presidency says negotiations are ongoing to rescue those abducted on the Kaduna-Abuja rail line earlier in the year. Presidential aide Garba Shehu said this on Friday while reacting to the suspension of the resumption of operations on the rail track. He explained that government is committed to ensuring that those affected by the attack and still in captivity will be released alive, even though the negotiations might be difficult. Shehu said the government wants normalcy to return to the Kaduna-Abuja route, noting that there is an improvement in the security of the area. And in politics, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo on Friday met delegates of the All Progressive Congress in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, ahead of the presidential primary election of the party. Osinbajo was received by the Deputy Governor Adegboyega Alabi, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Affairs Olumo Sunday Akere, the Chairman of the party in the state, Prince Benga Famodun, and members of the party. The Vice President told delegates that as the most experienced aspirant among those jostling for the party's ticket, he is well prepared to lead the nation and called on them to support him.
So it's been very rewarding. We've had very wonderful interaction, and I'm sure that it's been very profitable all around. Thank you.
And the Plateau State Governor, Simon Lalong, said the state legislature and other stakeholders of the ruling All Progressive Congress have endorsed former Transport Minister and presidential aspirant Rotimi Amechi for the 2023 presidency. The former minister, who was also a two-term governor of Rivers State, was endorsed when he came to Jos, the Plateau State capital, to canvass for support from the APC delegates for his presidential aspiration. The former minister, who told the delegates that he was in the state to seek their support and mandate to fly the flag of the APC in the 2023 election, assured the people that security and development of the state will be given priority if he becomes president of Nigeria. In his remarks, Governor Lalong assured the presidential hopeful of the state's support in his bid to succeed President Buhari. Meanwhile, the Plateau State House of Assembly, in a voice note, adopted Amechi as their presidential candidate of choice.
Is how to manage our money judiciously. If we manage our money judiciously, like I say, when Obasanjo had $68 billion, which is by now, if you have not, you will have had railway everywhere. And you will have started creating employment. I owe you that responsibility that if you vote for me, I will create working with you. That's employment. Because if we don't create employment, we can't resolve security crisis. Right? And if you don't create employment, you start abusing it. I know Nigerians, you have no patience for anything.
You have done it. This is time for you to read. This is time for you to read. And you will read it so that it will encourage others to come and do in Plateau State. I say it because, thank God, you are even the first presidential aspirant. Because when I invited them to come, they ran away. Many of them ran away. They said we can't come to Plateau because we are wasting our time. And Plateau people will not vote for them, they will vote for Amechi. They will vote for Amechi. I said, no, come and tell them. Maybe you will tell them different things. Some made me, I said, you have to tell Plateau people what you have done for Plateau in the last 7 years. But if you didn't do anything, we don't want you to promise us that you will do it. We want to rely on somebody that has done it before.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Still to come after the break. 16,000 Sokoto farmers to get free farming tools. This and more after the break. Do stay with us.
Welcome to Inside Abuja.
Most people who drive on Nigerian roads believe that it's only when you see a law enforcement agent that you are supposed to behave. Meanwhile, you already know what is right for you.
You cannot take what you cannot give. So they cannot come and enforce us and take what they cannot give us. So if there is something they want to take from us, there must be a unanimous arrangement that if they collect to us, they have something to give us.
Well, there's a group of vigilantes. They are trying small. Sometimes they used to come out in the night.
For Abuja Investment Company Limited owned markets, the market itself is insured. That is for the owners of the market itself.
The carton of Nigerian chicken was 8,000 naira, but we are selling it 18,000 naira now. Kilo was 1,000 naira, 1,100 then, but now we are selling it 2,000 naira. And it is not our fault, it is the way we buy.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now a look at our top stories. Calm returns to Bauchi after violent clash over alleged blasphemy. And gunmen abduct Nasarawa Council chairman, driver, kill police orderly. And moving on to other news, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has adjourned till the 20th of October 2022 the hearing on the suit filed by the coalition of northern groups seeking a referendum to determine the fate of Biafra and other self-determination agitations. Justice Inyang Eku, who presided over the matter, granted all motions to allow interested parties to be joined in the suit to enable the country conduct a referendum. The report.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted all joint application filed by the Igbo nation to join in the suit seeking a referendum for the independent state of Biafra.
You can see the courts in its magnanimity granted all the motion for joinder, and we are now properly joined. The Igbo nation is now properly joined in this matter. My prayers is that there should be they should allow this the citizens of this country, the nationality of this country, to conduct a referendum to determine whether they will continue to remain in this country as one entity, or whether they will go their separate ways.
Certainly, we ought not to oppose the application because all the parties that are seeking to be joined are almost saying the same thing our client are asking for. What the plaintiff are asking for in the first place is an opportunity for all Nigerians to be given the chance to decide whether they want to stay in Nigeria or not. It's their right. People should be given this opportunity to decide for themselves whether they still want to remain in the Federal Republic of Nigeria or not.
Counsel representing the Ijaw Nation, Temidie Peter Great, who also addressed journalists, noted that it would be joining the suit as defendants.
Upon getting wind of these suits pending in this honorable courts, we, the Ijaw Nation, represented by the Ijaw National Congress, filed an application to join as co-defendants in the suit. Because the Ijaw Nation is not and has never been and can never be part of the Biafran Republic. If there is any republic we should have or are entitled to is the Ijaw Republic and not Biafran Republic. So we need to be joined to assert our territories that have been forcefully incorporated into the Biafran map. Yes, our interests are similar, but we are saying that we are independent of Biafra.
The coalition of northern groups who filed the original suit called on the National Assembly to, as a matter of urgency, conduct a referendum to determine the geographical entity which makes up Nigeria. The case was, however, adjourned till the 20th of October 2022.
And about 16,000 farmers have been enlisted to benefit from the Sokoto State Free Improved Seeds and subsidized agricultural inputs to be distributed for the 2022 wet season farming. The State Commissioner for Agriculture said farmers drawn from the 23 local government areas of the state will benefit from the subsidized inputs to boost their production. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin reports that the agricultural inputs have already been procured for distribution across all the 23 local government areas of the state. His report.
These are irrigation pumping machines, rice milling, flour milling machines, tomato paste processing machines, rice and tomato seeds ready to be distributed to both medium, small and large-scale farmers across Sokoto State.
In these programs, there are a lot of interventions. Farmers are going to be distributed with fertilizers, improved seeds, chemicals, and other agricultural related inputs, and they are going to be given to them free of charge. And it cuts across some majority of the local government areas, and a lot of money is sink into that area.
Some of the inputs already stocked for the program include over 37,000 of 50 kg bags of NPK fertilizer, 1,500 pumping machines, over 30 milling machines, over 600 insecticide sprayers, among others.
We have the small milling, flour milling machine that can mill wheat into flour. And also we have the rice milling machine also. After the rice production, then those that are in the processing aspect of the value chain, they are being given the processing machineries for the processing of the produce being produced by the farmers.
Although some farmers have recently complained that the state government intervention is not reaching them, but the State Commissioner of Agriculture says measures have been put in place to ensure that inputs have reached all the beneficiaries.
Last year, during the farming season of last year, we sold a bag of NPK at a cost of 4,000 naira and the urea at a cost of 5,000 naira. If you go and ask how much is it in the market, urea now costs not less than 18,000 naira. So you can see the subsidy given to farmers. And these fertilizers are distributed to all local government areas, to all nooks and corners. Every ward gets its own share of the fertilizers.
Meanwhile, the state government is advising farmers to plant drought-resistant crops due to the NIMET prediction of low rainfall this rainy season. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Sokoto.
And in business news, the Customs Area Controller, Ogun Area 1 Command, Controller Bamidele Abiodun, has urged people in the border communities and all other well-meaning Nigerians to shun smuggling and use the opportunities with respect to border reopening to engage in legitimate business. Bamidele Abiodun disclosed this on Tuesday in Idiroko during an interactive session with journalists. Abbas Ibrahim Dalibi now reports.
Smuggling is a scourge, especially around border communities, and often leads to loss of huge revenue that could have occurred to government. That is why the Nigerian Customs Service maintains strong presence in these communities. The Custom Area Controller, Ogun 1 Command, Comptroller Bamidele Abiodun, is sounding a note of warning to smugglers and people within the border communities. He advised Nigerians to shun smuggling and use the opportunities that will come with the reopening of borders to engage in legitimate businesses.
The border is open but for legitimate business. Part of those things that were exhibited to you now, they came in through unapproved routes, especially those engines we showed to you just now. Nothing stops them from coming forward to customs to perfect their papers. The modalities for export and import procedures are there, but they failed to do that. They went through the bush path and they were caught, and they are facing the consequences. So the border is open for legitimate business, and the business community, those that are interested in doing clean business, they know what to do about it.
The Custom Area Controller is warning that the command's intelligence network will continuously stretching for an improved and efficient performance. He believes the success being achieved under his watch can be attributed to effective development of intelligence.
Let me warn the criminal elements in the state that in whichever way and methods you plan your smuggling activities, we shall definitely uncover it, make seizures and arrests which could inflict gross financial injury on such perpetrators.
Comptroller Bamidele Abiodun is hopeful that the recent phased reopening of additional 4 border posts will translate to a significant improvement in revenue generation.
During the period under review, the command generated the sum of 6,048,500 naira only from auction sales of premium motor spirit, PMS, popularly known as petrol, intercepted at different locations and exit points to the Republic of Benin during our anti-smuggling operations. With the recent phased-out reopening of additional 4 borders, including Idiroko border post, we are hopeful that our revenue generation and collection will improve significantly.
From Idiroko border axis in Ogun State, Abbas Ibrahim Alibi, Trust TV.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Semiu Ademi Adeniran as the substantive Statistician General of the Federation and Chief Executive Officer of the National Bureau of Statistics. The appointment, which takes immediate effect, follows the demise of the former Statistician General of the Federation, Simon Harry, on the 13th of April 2022. A statement from the Special Assistant on Media to the Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Sufyan Adejo, said Adeniran has over 3 decades of statistical hands-on experience garnered from various local and international institutions. Until his appointment, Semiu was the Director, Demographic and Household Statistics at the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has paid a condolence visit to the new president of the United Arab Emirates and ruler of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, on the passing of his predecessor, Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. During the visit, President Buhari expressed his condolences and that of Nigeria to Sheikh Mohammed and congratulated him on his election as president. He assured the new UAE leader of his determination to do more to ensure the growth of the strategic partnership between Nigeria and the Asian country. President Buhari also hopes that under Sheikh Mohammed, the 2 countries will continue to actively champion a vision of sustainable security, strengthen counter-terrorism cooperation, facilitate trade and investment, and promote prosperity and development. And now look at the foreign scene, where Russia on Saturday stopped providing natural gas to neighboring Finland, which has angered Moscow by applying for NATO membership after the Nordic country refused to pay supplier Gazprom in rubles. Following Russia's February 24th invasion of Ukraine, Moscow has asked clients from what it called unfriendly countries, including EU member states, to pay for gas in rubles, a way to sidestep Western financial sanctions against its central bank. Gazprom said in a statement on Saturday that it had completely stopped gas deliveries as it had not received ruble payments from Finland's state-owned energy company, Gasum, by the end of the working day on May 20th. It said it had supplied 1.49 billion cubic meters of natural gas to Finland in 2021, equal to about 2/3 of the country's gas consumption. And finally, in sports, the Nigeria Baseball and Softball Association, NBSA, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Embassy of Japan and the Japan Africa Baseball and Softball Foundation, JABS, to develop the game in the country. Shinya Tomonari, president of JABS, said a 5-year partnership with NBSA will focus on Nigeria baseballership development plan. The ambassador of Japan to Nigeria, Kazuyoshi Matsunaga, said the sport will help kids learn democratic ideas, respect for rules, and build peace. On her part, Monishola Makunjola, acting president of MBSA, thanked the guests for supporting and donating equipment to the growth of the game, adding that it is a new dawn for the association.
Baseball development is not simply about promoting baseball. The true purpose is to help young people learn the values of discipline, respect, and justice, and to promote their life skills through baseball. This is a hallmark of traditional baseball in Japan, the #1 ranked country in the world for baseball. Japanese-style baseball is known to promote human development and is one of the reasons why baseball is so popular and supported by the Japanese public. We also hope to promote exchange between Nigeria and Japan. We will do our best for the future of Nigeria and Japan with NBSA in this project.
I believe that there is a great potential for sport, especially community sport, as it has a unique way of making a positive impact in the society. It allows the participation of people of all backgrounds and abilities. It allows the players experience joy, form connection, and build community among themselves.
And Nigeria's female basketball team, the Tigresses, have called on the federal government to overturn Nigeria's withdrawal from international basketball competition for 2 years. Their plea followed the ban, which was announced by the Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Sunday Dare, last week. He pinned the decision on the need to revamp the game amid a power tussle in the Nigeria Basketball Federation. But in a letter on Friday, the female team, which recently qualified for the FIBA Women's World Cup competition, faulted the move, insisting it will erase all they have worked for. Before the 2-year ban, the Nigerian girls were scheduled to play at the FIBA Women's World Cup later this year in Australia. And with that, we conclude Trust TV News Update for this hour. For more news, you can subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for joining us.